I think it's time we talk about the white-collar bloodbath that's happening as we speak. We're talking about the individuals who went to college, who did what they were told, who, I guess I'm one of those people. I always hated school. That's one thing that, my parents always pushed school, and they always wanted me to go get a college education. My parents are of the boomer generation. And as we know, the boomer generation grew up in a time where knowledge workers, or people who got paid for a particular skill set that was based upon a specific set of knowledge-based whatever, is whether you're going to be a lawyer or an investment analyst or something, or you're going to school to be even a nurse. There's a specific skill set that you have to learn, and all of that's part of what you could call the knowledge economy, is what I refer to it as, and a lot of other people do as well. So when you think about college in general, you're thinking about a skilled profession in the knowledge economy. You're talking about a researcher, an analyst, even a financial planner, a banker, somebody who's gone to school for that specific topic. Now they're getting out of school and they're looking for a job. And the problem is that there's no jobs available. And in fact, right now, what we're seeing is this white-collar bloodbath where people who have gone to school to get these high-paying positions, for example, somebody with a master's degree and somebody who went to school for chemical engineering. Maybe they got their bachelor's in chemical engineering, and then they went to school, got their master's degree, and they come out, they're making $150,000 a year as a biochemist, whatever, something. Or, somebody who went to a nice school, got their MBA, prestigious university, and now they work for a large corporation in senior management, executive management, whatever it is, and they're getting paid good money. Well, those jobs are going by the wayside faster than ever before. And, Amazon is a perfect example of this trend where we're seeing this white-collar bloodbath. 15,000 plus workers being laid off. And these are not people who work in the warehouses like myself. I work as an operations leader in a warehouse environment, but I'm nowhere near the salary level that a lot of these people, even though I'm L5 or L4 going on, hopefully an L5 soon. When I look at the salary structure for what I do versus what somebody else does in Seattle, who is a corporate employee in Seattle, they might get paid $150,000 plus, while I'm only getting paid, let's say, $70,000 for what I do. So they're getting paid more than double. These are the people that Amazon is going after, are the really high-paying corporate positions, the large balance sheet line items, where they know that they can. When I say balance sheet, I guess the large income statement expenses, not the balance sheet, but the expenses on the income statement. Those line items, salary expense is a major expense, and so the higher a salary you have, oftentimes it means, especially in these large corporations, that you are on the chopping block, or could be potentially. So that's what's happening now. The question is, where do all these workers go? I just made a video about how the AI bloodbath and everything happening with, jobs being displaced, like it's happening in real time. And a lot of these jobs are going to be replaced with the more blue-collar type work. The problem is, eventually they're going to have the humanoid robots come along, and then those robots are going to be able to do the work of the plumber, the electrician, etc. Now, that's still going to be a ways out, to get to that point. But right now, the knowledge economy is being hit the hardest because if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. You have a large supply, and the increase of knowledge and the availability of knowledge and the ability to get educated without even going to school, and the ability to learn new skills and new information without even having to research it much or pull out a textbook or anything like that, like in the good old days, right? It's funny, my math teacher always used to say, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket when you get older. Well, turns out we do. And we have much more than that. In fact, we have an entire AI system now in our pocket. So here it is, and who knows what things look like in the next 20 years, the next 10 years. But we do know that the most recent transformations in technology brought some very, very big changes. I mean, the iPhone moment wasn't that long ago. In 2007, okay, it was 15 plus years ago, but still, that moment transformed everything, okay? So that moment alone, the internet, the 90s, right? So this is another one of those things that's transforming, and we're going to look back in 10 years and we're going to see the transformation in the economy, and we're not going to realize it hit us, right? So that's where we're at right now. This is still the first inning, the second inning, whatever. We're still early in the ball game, but by the time we get to the fifth, sixth inning, one of the teams is going to have a big score, and it's going to be hard to come back. So you want to get ahead of this before this really starts to take shape. Remember the ChatGPT moment. The iPhone moment was 2007. ChatGPT moment happens 15 years later, actually on the dot, pretty much, with, when that happened in 2022. And ever since then, it's been off to the races with this AI thing. So when we talk about job displacement, the better these large language models get at knowledge work, which they are getting better. And I've mentioned in previous videos, there will come a time when things plateau. This will not last forever. These models will plateau, and there will come a time when, they'll keep on improving up to a point, but at a certain point, there's going to be a plateau, no doubt about it. Just like anything else, like the iPhone kind of plateaued, like the internet plateaued. There's always a plateau in productivity, even though it's exciting to begin with. But when that plateau happens, a lot of this hype and stuff, I think, is going to die off with AI. But AI is not going away, right? So there will be job displacement because of the large, vast increase in the supply of knowledge. You don't need as many knowledge workers. And that creates a huge problem for the entire economy that's based upon that, including the universities, because the universities are making all their money from people going to school for this type of work, but this type of work is not going to be in demand nearly as much. So it's like a catch-22. What do? Do you go into the professions where, the AI data center growth, right? That's going to create new jobs, construction supervisors, electricians, plumbers, all that kind of stuff to build out these data centers. Think about all the water that's used in these data centers, IT professionals, all that stuff. But how long do those jobs last also? Because once the data centers are built out, guess what? You don't need those workers anymore. Well, maybe for another data center, but if all these data centers get built out over the next 10 years, what happens then? Everybody gets pushed into these trades. Now you have an oversaturation of all these trades. Meanwhile, they're starting to implement the humanoid robots at this point, and then those jobs are getting displaced. What do, right? One other thing I mentioned in the last video is the demographic trend that's happening, where obviously there's a cliff happening with the demographics. The baby boomers came around. People are not having as many children, so there's not going to be as much of a need for there's not going to be nearly as many workers either in the future. So you're not going to have as much of a need for workers, but at the same time, there's not going to be as many workers in the economy. So it is a catch-22 in a way, because what do you do when the supply of labor is contracting along with the demand for labor? It's happening both at the same time. So, and as the baby boomers retire, are those jobs going to be replaced by AI, or is it going to be transferred to somebody else, right? I would think a lot of these companies are just going to not even replace the workers. They're just going to let those jobs die off, a lot of them, because as these boomers retire, like I said, there's just not going to be as much of a need for these types of jobs because of the explosion in knowledge. It's basic supply and demand. But that's what's happening. There is a white-collar bloodbath going on. I'm curious what you guys think of it all. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.